Under arrest right now in a deadly shooting that was caught on camera.
As police make arrests in the shooting death of a 13-year-old.
At 6 on a deadly
It is on for the killer of 2 teenagers in Chester.
In Chester today.
Chester.
It happened
in Chester.
Chester police are investigating.
Chester Community Coalition, also known as CCC, is located in the city of Chester, Pennsylvania, which is in the larger Delaware County, PA. In 2023, the murder rate in the city of Chester was 38 per 100,000, down 14% from 2022, and still 11 times the rate of the rest of Delaware County. Many times, individuals impacted by gun-related incidents have both immediate and sustained needs that they could have never predicted. When these needs are not met, there can be an impact on their healing and effects that reverberate out to those closest to them. Most resources are limited in the type of needs they can address, and often the amount that can be allocated. The goal of this project is to provide Chester Community Coalition clients and residents of the City of Chester and Delaware County with critical support for the basic needs of individuals impacted by gun-related incidents. Examples include, but are not limited to, supplies during recovery, counseling, assistance in obtaining wraparound services such as housing, transportation, food, employment, and financial assistance with funeral costs for those who have lost loved ones due to gun-related violence. When we address basic needs following violent events, we decrease the likelihood of retaliation and increase outcomes for healing. The Chester murder rate for young men aged 15 to 34 over 2016 to 2022 averaged 293 out of 100,000. Almost as high as the average hostile death rate for combat troops in Iraq and Afghanistan, which is 315 out of 100,000. If these homicide rates continue, 5.7%, or roughly 1 in 18 of 15-year-old boys will be murdered before reaching age 35. The primary community members served by the programs CCC provides include individuals and families impacted by violent events like gun violence and stabbing incidents, with a particular focus on youth and young adults ages 11 to 24 in the city of Chester and Delaware County, Pennsylvania. We seek to provide both basic needs like food for the family following an event, or toiletries while in the hospital, to more substantial needs like funeral costs and therapy in the months following. The services provided by CCC are trauma-informed, and we pride ourselves on knowing the community we support in a way that allows us to partner with other community members and partners to meet the community needs. Information about the supportive services would be shared with our partner hospital social work team, our local city government, and our community partners. Given that those impacted by gun violence often present to the closest Trauma One hospital that we partner with, Crozier Chester Medical Center, it serves as the first possible touch point to assess needs. The leadership and management of the project will be overseen by our Executive Director-elect, who has several years of experience in this field, after having previously managed similar projects with a focus on supporting and advocating for victims. Our case manager, therapists, and intervention specialists will provide services to the victims. Our treatment team brings a wealth of experience and a strong background in providing victim services. Our executive directors, case managers, therapists, and violence intervention specialists have demonstrated a deep commitment to serving and empowering individuals who have been affected by crime for the past 5 years. CCC is deeply connected to the community and is committed to serving through our established partnerships and collaborations. One of our key partnerships is with Crozier Keystone through the Hospital Linked Intervention Program, or HVIP. This partnership allows us to provide support to families and survivors of violence at the bedside after stabilization and during their hospital stay. Our support for survivors and their families extends beyond their discharge, as they are linked to case management services, peer support, and therapeutic services provided by CCC. CCC provides at least 1 hour of individual supervision per week for project staff to ensure monitoring and quality assurance of trauma-informed work. This level of support helps staff members feel valued, supported, and equipped to provide high-quality trauma-informed services. All project team members have successfully completed psychological first aid training, Lakeside's Trauma 101 and Trauma 102 training, and the Violence Intervention Professionals Certification training. CCC will continue to provide professional development opportunities through our Hospital Alliance for Violence Intervention, or HAVI membership, and technical assistance from WestEd. Our therapists have been trained in cognitive processing therapy, or CPT, which is seen as one of the most effective evidence-based therapeutic interventions for stress-related disorders like post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD. Leadership within CCC values continuing education and assigns trainings throughout the year that focus on evolving interventions, program implementation and evaluation, and employee self-care and management so that our team is healthy enough to provide services to the community. The activities proposed by CCC directly align with its mission, and this grant's focus area of meeting the basic needs of crime victims in underserved communities. The activities proposed by CCC directly align with its mission, and this grant's focus area of meeting the basic needs of crime victims in underserved communities. The first 3 months will be foundational and will include establishing additional partnerships to help identify eligible recipients who have not presented to the hospital but may still qualify, finalizing related forms, data collection mechanisms, and determining any exceptions to our inclusion criteria. Publicizing the resources, what they cover, and any limitations will be important in a city in which nearly every resident has a direct or indirect association with gun-related events. Examples of what we would provide include transportation and coordination with medical providers, counseling services, food and clothing, referrals for housing while in the hospital and post-discharge, referrals for Social Security and other governmental services, bill assistance, and assistance with funeral and burial costs. The second and subsequent quarters would include taking applications, completing assessments to determine the needs for each branch of service need and basic need, and progress monitoring for each client to determine other services that they can be connected to, and when the allotted funding source for basic needs through this grant has been exhausted. As the project moves forward, there would be scheduled check-ins with families 3 months following concluding support from us, as often it is after the funeral services and visits have finished that individuals' new normal starts to set in and new needs emerge. Our current community and hospital teams, comprised of our program director, case managers, therapists, and intervention specialists, provide similar services now on a more modest scale. This funding would allow for us to expand the support we're able to provide, as well as the number of families we have the potential to support. These activities in Q1 are crucial in laying the groundwork for supporting families who have lost a loved one to gun violence, which aligns with community needs and CCC's mission, vision, and values, and establishes a clear roadmap for implementation of the project. These activities directly contribute to the timely commencement of project activities, ensuring that the necessary resources are in place and the project team is equipped to execute the plan effectively. The activities in quarters 2 through 8 focus on ensuring the quality of project deliverables, fostering community involvement, identifying the most salient needs, and laying the groundwork for future impact assessment, all contributing to the overall success and sustainability of the project and healing in the city of Chester and Delaware County.